Yes, Casanovians. I went outside and got soaked. So, moral of this fable is don't piss about in the rain because you'll get wet. Anyway, with that being said, this is the second live stream of the day. So, I said that I would do another one, and this is what we're doing. I've titled this one, The Right Woman Won't Be Put Off. So, I'm actually going to answer a question from a fellow Casanovian, a fellow subscriber. He dropped this comment a little while back, and I said that I would answer it. I think this one's going to really be useful for the guys who are building businesses, the radically ambitious guys amongst us who maybe they don't fit into the stereotype of the modern day man. Yeah, so maybe you don't drink, maybe you don't party, maybe you don't do naughty narcotics, and maybe a part of you feels guilty in some way. Maybe you're struggling to resonate and connect with the girls that you're dating because of your the lifestyle that you've selected. So let me read out Tom. I'm assuming your name is Tom. Here's his comment. So he said, "Love your videos. Thanks. If you'd consider doing a video on this topic, I'd appreciate it. A lot of us ambitious guys who follow you don't fit into what society considers cool. We don't drink or party. Instead, we spend nights and weekends working on our career and business goals to build success and take care of our health. So a common problem I've encountered when meeting women is when they ask questions to try and figure out your lifestyle. And when they get the impression that you work all the time, they give off this condescending vibe, like you're lame and boring. What I've realized is most people are conditioned to view work as something undesirable that's only meant for Monday to Friday so you can party on weekends. The idea of working for yourself to build wealth and loving your work is such a foreign concept that it's just hard to have a conversation with anyone who doesn't have similar values." I think that's a really good comment. I think the comment shows a lot of depth and character and soul. So what I actually did for you, Tom, is I actually put your comment to the Entourage about 20 minutes ago just to get other perspectives, because a lot of our guys in the Entourage are living the life that you described. They're not out partying on the weekends. They're building businesses. They're traveling the world. They're pursuing their mission. They're living their truth and following their bliss, myself included as well. Like for me, this comes before everything else. Like what I'm building, the videos that I'm putting out, the YouTube, building my network, the Entourage, like I completely resonate with what you're saying. And yeah, for me, like it's the empire visions, right? It's actually building something that you're passionate about. So let me provide the insights that I got from our members, because I think these are actually going to be really useful for you, Tom. So the first thing, this is from one of our Entourage members, the first thing that comes to my head is that if a woman that I'm on a date with can't see and understand as to why I don't spend the weekends and nights getting intoxicated with alcohol or drugs and destroying my mental and physical health and being low testosterone for a few weeks, brackets, if you consume alcohol at even 1 to 2 pints, you are low T for 2 weeks, and to rather spend my time focusing on my health and wealth, which will lead to a far happier and greater and more successful life, then she's no woman I would ever want to be near. True feminine, beautiful, top-tier girls will always understand what you're doing with prioritizing and focus on these other things. I would say to him, that's you, Tom, it's nothing to worry about. So many girls will completely understand your mission and will find it way more attractive with what are his priorities. And then another member sent a voice message. I won't play the voice message out loud, but he echoed these sentiments as well, essentially saying that you do you, right? You're on your mission, you're building your empire. I would assume as well that you're probably a younger guy. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you're probably a young guy and there's probably a conflict of seasons at the moment. So let's say you're a 24-year-old guy and the girls that you're dating fall in between the 18 and 22-year-old category. You're in conflicting seasons, right? She's in party mode and you're in hustle and grind mode. So there's gonna be a conflict there, right? Like she wants one thing, you want the other thing. You working on your business might come across as lame to her, but for the right women, it's actually going to be attractive rather than a repellent. So something my good friend Joseph always says to me is go where you're valued. Yeah, and I would actually say it's a good thing. It's a good thing that you're repelling these women early on. So like by you laying your cards out on the table and being like, look, this is me, this is what I believe in, this is the season of my life that I'm in at the moment. And if she can't get behind that, then you know early on that she's just not your girl right now. So really what you're doing by prioritizing your purpose is you're polarizing. Yeah, you're not playing an act, you're not putting on a facade. You're not like, oh yeah, I love going out partying on the weekends. You're like, you know what? I actually would rather stay at home, work on my business, build my empire, build my wealth, so I can take care of the people that I love. So I think that's a good move. I think depending on the season of your life that you're in right now, there just may be a conflict of seasons there. So I think that's important to keep in mind. Just that notion of being able to own it, yeah, declare your truth. And also as well, I think it comes down to what dating pools you're positioning yourself in. So let's say you are a young guy, you might be living in a small town or a small city, and maybe the mindset of the girls there maybe they're not congruent with what you need. So personally, whenever I've been on dates with girls, as I've been building what I've been building, I've never actually encountered this problem. Like I've never been on a date with a girl and she's been put off by my ambition. Now, maybe that's got something to do with the career or the industry that I'm working in. Yeah, maybe if you're, I don't know, like software engineering or I don't know, trading stocks, maybe that is a bit more dry. So I appreciate that. But one thing that I would say to you, Tom, as a caveat to all this is do make sure that you are prioritizing play in your life. Like you probably heard that phrase, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So I completely resonate and understand, excuse me, where you're at in your life right now. Like you are on that hustle grind mode. You just want to build, you just want to create, and I love that. But I think reminding yourself as well that there needs to be somewhat of a balance with all of this stuff. Like I've gone through the phase where all I did was just grind and hustle, and I was really in that, as Alex Hormozy talks about, I was in that season of no, yeah, where I was just going dark. All I was focused on was becoming the best in the world at cold approach, building the YouTube, building the business, delighting all the members inside my network. Like that was my priority, and everything else kind of fell below the wayside. But I look back, especially when I was traveling as well. This was like in the first year of me doing this full time. So during the first year of me doing this full time, I was going to a lot of places. I was traveling to a lot of locations. But really, I was just changing location, but I wasn't, like, I was still working whilst I was there, if that makes sense. So I think a part of me wasn't actually enjoying the experience. I wasn't adding to my life tapestry because, look, there's one thing building money and accruing success, and that's great, but it's not the only thing. And also, it's not the only thing which is going to provide fulfillment. So I learned this, like I learned this the hard way, where I was just hyper focused on work, and the other aspects of my life did start to suffer. So the point that I'm making here is make sure that you are making time to, just prioritizing play, like enjoying yourself, not taking stuff too seriously. When you are on dates with a girl, like, it doesn't always need to be about, right, now I need to talk about my job. Maybe as well you're experiencing the failure, or you're experiencing the disdain in advance. Like she actually might be like behind it, but because you've had bad experiences in the past where you've explained, oh, I'm really on my mission right now, and the girls have provided some disdain, then maybe you're rocking up to dates experiencing that disdain in advance. But yeah, I think for me, like I was saying before, I never really had this experience where I would express my ambition to a girl and she was put off by it. I wouldn't call it a mistake because we're all learning, right? And sometimes it is good to go through these seasons in life. But I didn't have the occasion where the girl was put off by it. So yeah, I would look at the girls that you're dating as well. And as was echoed in the Entourage, if you are just finding that the girls are not down for it or they are being put off by you, then fine. Like just move on. Yeah, like you're fine. You're getting your answer early. But yeah, I think with all this stuff like building businesses, it's important to find a balance. Find a balance. Otherwise, you run the risk of just all you do is work, and it's like, what are you doing it all for? Yeah, okay, it's nice to have the materialistic trophies. It's good to acquire things. Maybe they stop you, maybe working so much. I think some guys do use work as a distraction. I think they because I work with a lot of high achievers, and I asked them, why didn't you get started on this journey earlier? Like, why didn't you start skyrocketing your social skills? Why didn't you pick up cold approach in your 20s? And the answer is usually because I was just scared to get started. Yeah, it's like their business became escapism in a way. Yeah, I think we have to remember, biologically speaking, the reason why we're doing all this stuff, the reason why guys these days want to become high value men, I don't like using that term, it's cringy, but just so we all know what we're talking about, is because you want to attract a mate. Yeah, it's to fulfill our biological imperative of procreation. So yeah, I think that's important to keep in mind. Just remind yourself like why you're actually doing this. It's probably to attract girls in some capacity. And I would say as well, the final thing that I will say, don't be scared of just ditching dating altogether for a little while. Yeah, if you are in that hardcore grind season now and the girls who you're attracting are just not down for it, maybe you've not found that ride or die who just likes you for you and is part of the mission, is there to support you, your biggest cheerleader. Don't be worried about just ditching dating altogether for a couple of months just so you can hone in and focus. Like, I do think taking a break, like taking breaks from cold approach, taking breaks from women, or taking breaks from dating altogether, and just being in this season, right? Just being in this season of work where you become your main priority. Yeah, like that's cool as well. So yeah, hopefully that was useful, Tom. I think the resounding argument from the guys in the Entourage is take it as a positive that you're going to attract your people and you're going to repel the rest. If a girl is not down for it, if she's like, if for some reason she sees your wild ambition as a repellent, then that's a good thing because you polarized from the start and she was never your girl anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I think my closing thought to you is don't feel bad about it. Respect yourself, respect your mission, respect your grind, but at the same time, make sure that you are finding balance. Make sure that you are letting your hair down on occasion. Yeah, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Even, I think when it does come time, like let's say you go through this like dark hibernation period where you are just like grind, 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 I would then challenge you to go as hard with your relationships as you have with your business. Yeah, and I think that's a good way. I think that's a good thing about operating in seasons. Because I think when we try and do everything, life gets messy. It's like you try to go to the gym, then you try to build your business, then you try to become fluent in French, and now you try to get your cold approach on point. And now you want to start meditation. Oh, you want to travel. It's like, it's selection paralysis in a way, right? And I think the removal of the unnecessary creates a sense of peace and it creates focus. Yeah, so I think that's a useful thought to close on. Don't be scared of ditching dating for a couple of months so you can actually focus on your priority, on what's important to you in this season. And then once you know, okay, this is the thing that's important to me, just relinquishing and removing the unnecessary. I think it's good for all of us though, to just take an audit of our life. Like look at where you are investing energetic capital and think, is this serving me right now? Maybe you're spending too much time consuming online content. Maybe you're watching too many seasons of Netflix. Maybe you're spending too much time around toxic people. Maybe you're spending too much time on dates with girls who don't actually add any value to your life. Maybe you're spending too much time on your business. Like, because if your focus is on finding a girl, but all you're doing is business, then your actions are not matching your ambition. So yeah, I would say when you are ready to find that gobsmackingly gorgeous girlfriend or wife-worthy woman, it's good. I think that should come up relatively quickly. That, listen, this is me, take it or leave it. Yeah, the energy that you're giving off is that I want you, but I don't need you mindset. And I think those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. That's what Dr. Seuss said. So I think you'll attract your people and you'll repel the rest. So yeah, don't feel bad for wanting to actually create an amazing life for yourself. Don't feel bad for not going out and partying on the weekends and just crippling your future by wasting your time. Because, like, you're looking, it's a reason, one of the reasons why I hate nightclubs. It's just, they're just this cesspit of degeneracy, which are filled with broken people and broken dreams, like, without wanting to get too nihilistic with it. So I think it's good. I'm assuming that you're a young guy, but at this early stage in your life, you know yourself, you know who you are, you know what you want. And yeah, I just wish you outrageous success with everything that you do. Keep enjoying the videos, keep commenting on them. If you have any more questions from this live stream, Tom, then let me know. But yeah, shout out to the guys in the Entourage for supplying the answers. I hope that you've got plenty of value from this one. Second live stream of the day. So appreciate all of yous. And yeah, speak to you tomorrow. I'm off to Bangkok tomorrow, so fly tomorrow. Exciting times ahead. I think I've got another. I'll do one more live stream in the UK before I go, and then the next live stream will be in Bangkok. So yeah, a lot more crazy content on its way to you boys. Appreciate all of yous, and I'll speak with yous tomorrow. All right, love you. Bye.